check this out. Animations directly in designer mode. Let me show you how I built this. So I have a parent container of intro wrapper, and inside intro wrapper I have 4 elements, and they're all siblings of one another. I have these 3 text links, and then I have a div called my card, which is positioned absolute to the right. Because all 4 of these are siblings of one another, I could use this CSS code, so I'll put in an embed. And basically what I'm doing is I'm creating a pseudo class for each 3 of the text links on hover. And then I'm using the tilde, and what the tilde does is the tilde looks for any sibling with the following class. So if I use the tilde, it's going to look for any sibling of turn navy, for example, that has a class of my card. So in this first example here, I'm saying on the class of turn navy, on hover, find the sibling with the class of my card and make the background color this color right here. And the same goes for turn teal, except we have a different color. So I can save and close, and because it's an embed, I can then see it in Designer. So you don't have to go and publish each time you want to see a hover interaction. In addition to this method, let me show you some more examples so you can see how many different ways you could be able to view your hover animations directly in Designer mode. So the next example I want to show you is regarding adjacent siblings. Now if you remember, in the first example, our code had the tilde, and the tilde looks for any sibling of that element. It doesn't matter the order, as long as it's a sibling, the tilde will find it. Well, what would happen if we change the tilde to a plus sign? Let's try it. So I'm going to change all of these tildes to a plus sign. I'll save and close. And you'll notice it only works on the last one, on turn gray. And that's because the turn gray class is adjacent to my card. The other 2 are not. If we use the plus sign, it's only going to work if the siblings are adjacent to one another. So I can go back in and change the first 2 back to tildes and leave the turn gray as a plus sign, and then it's working again. So if the elements are adjacent siblings, you could use the plus sign, but if they're not adjacent siblings, then you can use the tilde. In addition, you can also see your hover animations for elements that have a parent-child relationship. So in this example, I have a div with the class of parent, and inside of parent, I have 2 divs, one with the class of older sibling, and another one with the class of younger sibling. And I can go and I can hover into parent, and you can see we have it where they both turn gray. So let me show you how I did this. I'll open up my embed, and what we could do is with the greater than sign, we can then target direct children of that element. So in this example, our div with the class of parent has 2 children, the older sibling and the younger sibling. Because both are direct children of the div with the class of parent, the greater than sign will work in this example. So save and close. Now, let's say I make older sibling. I'll just make this position relative. And we'll say older sibling now has a child of its own. So I'm going to do the shortcut of Control E. I'm going to drop in a div. And I'm going to name it, give it a class of grandchild. I'll position it absolute so you can see off to the side. I'll give it a size of 5 rem by 5 rem. I'll just move it a little bit off the screen so you can see. Let's go back into our code and add one more. But this time, let's add it for grandchild. So we'll change this to grandchild. And I'll just make this one turn red. Save and close. We'll hover. Nothing happens. That's because the grandchild is not a direct child of the parent. So to have this one work, what we'll need to do is just take out the greater than sign. So it's just the space between the pseudo class and then the grandchild. Save and close. And if I hover, it now works. So there you go, a couple of quick examples you can use if you want to see your hover animations directly in designer mode. Hope this helps in your projects. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.